guys. I have been packing to get ready to go to pet sit for my sister, and it's a bit much to go for a whole week and bring Ginger Snap with me. And we're in my lovely house. Oh, glad you ladies were getting along nicely. Let's say goodbye to the girls before we go.
Brave is a big
Sophie,
meanie. She keeps telling Lars and me what to do. I don't want to play with her anymore.
I understand,
Mama!
sweetheart. Yeah. And I've already gave you your goodies before
I'm not allowed
at
to
the
sit
end
down
of the
here.
last stream.
Need
So let's make our way. Let's get Ginger
Did you
Snap
need something,
watching
Mama?
the stream.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near Riften. Might consider joining up myself.
Need something?
Here we go. There. Alright, let's get the right quest selected. Wrong button. We are not going to get the Jagan Crown yet. We are going to avenge some orphans. I haven't been to Riften yet, though, have I? I have not. So let's go down to the stables. Let's actually just use the map to fast travel to the stables, even. Hello, Percy. Flowers to pick. Hello, sir.
Need a ride?
I would like to go to Riften, please.
Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off.
Thank you.
If you've never been to Riften, be sure to visit the Blackbriar Meadery. A few mugs of that and you'll forget all about the long trip.
It's a much shorter trip when you're driving. But the actual town itself should be this way.
Hold there.
Hello.
Before I let you into Riften, you need to pay the visitor's tax.
All right.
For the privilege of entering the city. What does it matter?
This is obviously a shakedown.
All right, keep your voice down. You want everyone to hear you? I'll let you in. Just let me unlock the gate.
Thank you.
The gate's unlocked.
Welcome to
Head
Riften,
inside when
home
you're
of
ready.
the Thieves Guild. Or so they'd have you believe. It's all lies. They're just
Yeah, I'm not going to be joining the Thieves Guild in this playthrough.
I had another run-in with the Thieves Guild.
Be careful, Mule. The Thieves Guild has Maven Blackbriar at its back. One snap of her fingers and you could end up in Riften jail. Or worse.
They represent the reason I'm here. I can't just ignore them, Eren.
I know. I just don't want you to leave. You're the only good thing that's happened to this city in a long time.
It's okay, buddy.
Never seen
You're a
the old
stranger
and
here
said
too,
anything.
huh?
The city really gets
Yeah, can you tell me
To
about
call
the
it a
Thieves Guild?
is ridiculous. How can people who would betray one another over a gold coin be considered part of an association? They're the worst kind. Even the Dark Brotherhood abides by a strict set of rules and tradition. These thieves are just rabble. What do you think?
I agree completely.
You know, I'm beginning to respect you. Other than Eren, You seem to be the only other person I've met I might be able to trust.
Now, I hope you
Since
feel
we
that
share
way.
the same
I
opinion
intend
of
to
them,
marry Neil
let me
in
warn you
this
that they're recruiting
playthrough.
others to join their guild, and you should be cautious.
Tell me about the
Maven
Blackbriar
the
family.
matriarch of the family, represents everything that's wrong with this city. She's bribed countless officials, has friends back in the Imperial City, and freely associates with the Thieves Guild. I've tried everything I can to protect Riften's citizens from her family, but to no avail.
Yeah, it's really hard to protect
Well,
people
there's
from the
Ingrid
wealthy.
Blackbriar, Maven's daughter. Strange girl. She likes to spend time down in Elgrim's elixirs working on her alchemy. Then you have Hemming, Maven's son. Spoiled brat and heir to her empire. He follows her word like a loyal dog follows its master. And finally, Sibi, the worst of all of them. He's in Riften jail for murder.
You're not from Riften?
I've been adventuring across Tamriel since I was a fresh-faced young woman barely able to swing a blade. My travels have taken me from High Rock to Valenwood, Elsewhere to Morrowind, and all points in between.
Why are you here
Many
then?
years ago, I lost my blade, Grimsever, within a Dwemer ruin. I took it as a sign that I was wasting my days in search of wealth. You and I are alike. We seek challenge and great fortune. But for me, that's where the similarities end. You see, Riften is my great beast to be slain, and my fortune comes from gratitude and trust.
You're its
It's
protector?
been difficult. I've taken the burdens of this city's problems upon myself, and I keep running into impossible obstacles. Corruption, lies, and deceit are the order of the day here. If it wasn't for Erin, the young man who saved my life, I think I'd already have given up long ago.
Aw, how did he save your
It was
life?
Erin who found me dying outside of a Dwemer ruin. If he hadn't brought me here and nursed me back to health, I would have died. When my strength returned and he told me about the problems plaguing Riften, I decided fate brought me here for a reason. So I stayed.
How kind of you. Oh, I thought I'd get a quest for getting Grimsever back. Did I
Safe
not see it?
travels.
Should be a miscellaneous quest. I guess I have to just kind of run across it and think to bring it back. Alright. Alright. But that's the lady I want protecting my kids while I'm not home. Oh, Ginger Snap hates dogs. But my sister's dog isn't feeling well enough to go down into the basement anymore. So they'll kind of each get half the house. I'm just passing through.
Well, I got news for you. There's nothing to see here. Last thing the Blackbriars need is some stranger sticking their nose where it doesn't belong.
Threatening me is the best way to get me to stick my nose into your business, my dude.
The Blackbriars have Riften in their pocket, and the Thieves Guild watching their back. So keep your nose out of their business. Me, I'm Maul. I watch the streets for them. If you need dirt on anything, I'm your guy. But it'll cost you.
I'm not exactly
Then we're speaking
clean
the same
myself.
language. Good. So what do you want to know?
Know anything about the Thieves
You're
Guild?
kidding. My brother Dirge works in their hideout.
I am not
I
surprised.
used to run with them
I don't
myself,
have any of
but
those
took a
right now,
job
but
with
I
Maven
remember.
after they
That's
started
okay, I
hitting
guess.
a rough patch. If you want to get in on that action, find Brynjolf in the marketplace. I'm sure he could use someone like you.
No, I'd rather not. Tell me about the Blackbriars.
Well, you got Maven. She pretty much runs the whole operation. She's got friends in high places, if you know what I mean. She's also got ties to the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild, so basically, no one can touch her. Just remember, if she tells you to do something, you damn well better do exactly what she says.
Well, I won't.
I'm really getting tired of your excuses. When you borrowed the money, you said you'd pay it back on time and for double the usual fee.
I know I could. But how was I to know the shipment would get robbed?
Next time, keep your plans quieter, and nothing would have happened to it.
What? Are you telling me you robbed it? Why? Why are you doing this to me?
Because she's
Look,
greedy.
Sergeant, last warning. Pay up or else. All I care about is the gold. Everything else is your problem. Yeah.
Hello.
What's your problem?
Huh? What do you want?
What kind of trouble are you in?
I owe a great deal of money to someone, and I think they cheated me. I don't know what to do.
Tell me the
I was able to work out
details.
a deal with the stables in Whiterun to sell me some of their tack and harnesses. I borrowed some gold from Sapphire to pay for the shipment, but it got robbed before it even arrived. Now Sapphire wants her money back, and if I don't pay her, I think she's going to kill me.
I'll pay off your debt.
You will? Oh, thank you.
You work
Yes.
at the stables?
Hofgreer took me in when I arrived in Riften about a year ago. He's been teaching me everything he knows. Horses are my whole life. Back in Hammerfell, I helped my family raise horses at our farm.
Oh,
I hope
that's
to open my
nice.
own stables one day, but I think it's going to take a lot longer than I expected. Be
In
careful with Sapphire.
Morrowind,
She
there
mixes with all
was
sorts
a mod where you could breed horses and get all kinds of cool patterns on them.
If you've got the coin, you've come to the right place. Pull up a seat.
Yeah. What's your problem?
Heed my word.
I want to
I
talk
knew
about that
stupid
debt.
kid would try and find a way to weasel out of his debt. Look, this is really simple. I lent him some gold, promised to pay me back, and now he says he's broke. End of story.
Put down your flagons filled with your vile
We both know
I
this
don't
is a
care.
setup.
A deal's a deal.
handmaiden of kind.
Alright, well, I'll just pay it off. It's not that much.
Don't know why you'd help a stranger like that. But a septum's a septum. Don't care where it comes from.
Sort of an understanding.
You can tell Shadra his debt's been paid.
Aware of the chaos
Good.
they
I hope we bump into each other again.
We've all heard of the dragons and their return. We're one of the same kind, you and I. I'm glad to have met you.
Sorry, Janessa, I did not mean to toggle you there.
Looking for work? Looking for work? I need someone to deliver a message to Sibby Blackbriar.
Well, I guess I could do that. You know, if you don't walk away from me right away. Or, you know, I could just ignore you because you're gonna just walk away on me. Alright. Let's level up. We still need more health. Magic would be nice, but we need more health. I could work towards my conjuration, maybe. Oh, but I can work on my alchemy. Alchemy's more important. Yes, please. Thank you. Alright. Should you? I probably don't even have that quest loaded. Yeah. Pop that one off for a second. Was this under miscellaneous? There we go. Where'd you go, buddy? Oh, you went back to the stables. Okay, that makes sense. It wouldn't let you, intentionally select the patterns. It would, there was various different types, and then when you crossbred them, you'd get a brand new type. You know what? I'll talk to him in the morning. I don't need to be breaking into his house. Nighttime, however, is the perfect time to kill an evil old lady. Oh, nope. I want to pull the quest up so that I can find the orphanage easier. I it's in town here somewhere, but I don't remember precisely where. Here we go. Honorhall Orphanage.
Those who shirk their duties will get an extra beating. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Gorilla.
And one more thing. I will hear no more talk of adoptions. None of you riffraff is getting adopted, ever. Nobody needs you. Nobody wants you. That, my darlings, is why you're here. Why you will always be here, until the day you come of age and get thrown into that wide, horrible world. Now, what do you all say?
We love you, Gorilla. Thank you for your kindness.
That's better. Now scurry off, my little gutter snipes.
Aw, these poor kids.
You really shouldn't be here.
Well, too bad.
I'm sorry, but the children aren't up for adoption right now. You should go.
I suppose maybe I could sneak back in. That might work better. So that she's not, like, nagging me. Okay, Janessa? I would like you to wait here, please, so you don't break my stealth. Thank you. Dobabit, I would also like you to wait here, please. I know, sweetheart. I'll be back soon. Alright. Now go into the orphanage. I'm gonna wait for this evil old lady to go to bed. She said she should soon. Oh no, it's already hurricane season. Stay safe there, Nomad. It should. This game is intended to reflect medieval times. It's just a bit mythological. I should really help with my self-leveling. That's nice. Oh, is Grelin sleeping in a different room?
When Aventus escaped, she was so mad. I got double the beatings that day.
Aww, you poor sweet girl. You know, let's just wait in Grelit's room. No, there's not a lot of space in here. This'll work. This'll work. Let's wait 1 hour. She really should be going to bed. Gosh darn it, old lady, get some sleep. I don't want to just shoot you in front of all the kids. I wonder if it's like too much in the early mornings. I'll come back tomorrow evening instead. That might be more effective. Oh my gosh. How did I end up in the water? There's the stairs. Yeah, things are opening up for the day.
And what might you need? I am the shadow at your back.
Yes, I love that about you. Do have a bit. You can come back to following me. Thank you, darling. Butterfly! Yay! Alright, so while it's daytime, let's find where Shadir is.
My cousin's out fighting dragons. In what way? Guard.
Looking to stay alive? Why take a chance? If it's a bedroom, talk to Kirara and be involved. She said
Yeah, he's back at the stable still. That's okay. The stables should be open now.
Edith, you go to the B&Bar. Stay out of the ragged flagon. Stay out of the rat hole.
Okay. Let's wait for him to come out. I'm waiting for evening in anyway, so let's actually wait 8 hours. 6 hurricanes sounds like a lot. Is that a lot more than you usually get in a year? Hey, buddy.
Any luck with Sapphire?
You no longer have debt.
You actually talked her into it? I don't know what to say. I didn't think anyone in Riften even cared what happened to me. Look, I was saving this, but I wanted you to have it. I thought I might need it if Sapphire came for me, but I don't need it anymore.
Ooh, that's useful. Might help me with my assassination here. So this horse pattern here, it was kind of where the basic. This was like what you'd get on the level 2 of crossbreeding for pretty horses in the mod. And then once you got into the level 3 and 4 crossbreed levels, so you'd get fancy magical looking patterns. There is some alchemy around here somewhere. We got a little shop here.
My husband Bercy will be the death of me. He spends too much time worrying about Riften and not enough about himself.
Oh no. Hey, buddy.
Welcome to the Pond Prawn. What can I do for you?
What have you got for sale?
Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Got any potions? Ooh, we got 2 healing potions, 5 minor healing. I appreciate that. And a regeneration. Quite nice, quite nice. And you have actual food. Oop, I did not want to take the meat, but that's fine. Leave the books alone. Ooh, I can get another doll for the girls. Yes. Ooh, 19 lockpicks. I mean, the Thieves Guild is in town, so, you know, I'm sure you sell a fair amount. I don't think I have anything to sell, do I? No, I've done all my selling in my last stream.
All right.
Don't get
Don't worry, Janice, I won't go running off on you. That's Blackbriar Meadery.
Buying and selling fine jewelry here.
No, I don't need any of your nonsense. I think the alchemist shop. Oop. Did I get? Yes, I did get the butterfly set. I think the alchemist is on the lower levels, actually.
Beautiful baubles and gleaming gemstones over here.
Is this one of the Ratway entrances? Yeah, that's the Ratway. Am I able to go around to the other side without having to cross over? I think so. Yeah, this is circling around. Yeah, here's the alchemist.
I'm kind of busy, but if you need any potions or ingredients, let me know. You here for lessons like Ingen? Or did you wish to buy something?
I don't think you're gonna afford lessons right now. You're also not really offering any. Alright, what you got? 1 healing potion. I don't think I want to bother with your health potion. I got more health potions from the pawn's shop than I am getting from you, my dude. I don't appreciate that. I will, however, take that Gordon meat pie. I got 2 mountain flowers. No wheat, though.
Yes, goodbye.
Yeah, do I have any potions I can make? Where's your stand?
This place has seen better days, but it's not my fault.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not. Here it is. Okay. At least I already had a decent amount of weight. That was something. Magic is good. Yeah, I really don't have much for ingredients right now, but I did do a bunch of crafting at the end of the last stream, so that makes sense. Yeah, we all need rain. It has been a really dry year. I think that's part of why none of the milkweed that I planted actually germinated. Because the variety I got from the park was swamp milkweed. And then, of course, the space I planted it in 2 different places, and they were both really dry.
Working at the Rift is tough. Never done an honest day's work in your life for all that coin you carry. Hey, lass.
I'm sorry,
I'm
what?
saying you've got the coin, but you didn't earn a septim of it honestly. I can tell.
This doesn't mean I'm going to bother with you.
Oh, but that's where you're wrong, lass. Wealth is my business. Maybe you'd like a taste.
What do you have in mind?
I've got a bit of an errand to perform, but I need an extra pair of hands. And in my line of work, extra hands are well paid.
All I have to do...
I'm going to cause a distraction, You're gonna steal Medesi's silver ring from a strongbox under his stand. Once you
Can I
have
just
it,
say
I want
no?
you to place it in Branche's pocket without him noticing.
Break the law. Are you
Hmm?
kidding?
Sorry. I usually have a nose for this kind of thing.
Good.
Never mind then, lass. If you change your mind, come find me.
Good. Bugger off. 'Cause I'm gonna marry you. Oh, do you sell things though? I'd really like these potions. Those are good potions. What about you?
Rare trinkets and the finest oddities from Morrowind. Can I interest you in some fine goods from Morrowind?
I only
Just what
got
you see here.
potions. Oh, that's not much. Wow, you really don't have much of anything. Yeah.
Keep your eyes to the road.
Yeah. I wish I could buy those potions from you. I want the potions. Oh, they aren't even
Glad to
like
see you
real
finally came
potions.
to your senses. Ready to make some coin?
No.
Gems, potions, exotic
Oh.
ingredients. I have them all.
Wait, Branche has potions? No, that was that guy saying he has had potions, and he doesn't.
Gold coins and all this could be yours.
There's Mole hanging out. Don't need to go with the blacksmith, so let's go learn how to get married. Well, this is Mistvale Keep, not the temple. Where's the temple? This should be the temple then. Yay, Temple of Mara.
Blessings of Mara upon you.
Yeah, Mara.
How may I help you, my daughter?
I wanted to learn about your temple.
Wonderful. Where to begin? Mara is the goddess of love. The temple spreads her gifts by tending to the sick, the poor, and the lost. We also perform wedding ceremonies for all the loving couples in Skyrim.
Could I have a wedding here?
If you were ready, of course. Are you familiar with how marriage works in Skyrim?
Let's have a tutorial.
Typically, love in Skyrim is as earnest as the people who live here. Life is hard and short, so there's little room for long courtship. A person who is looking for a spouse simply wears an amulet of Mara about the neck, showing they are available. When another person shows interest and the two agree to be together, one of them comes to the temple and we arrange a ceremony.
I'll buy an amulet,
Here you
please.
are. Now, remember, people in Skyrim respond to deeds. You'll find more people interested in your love if you help them. Good
Yep,
luck.
that's why I
Mara
gotta go
bless you.
find the sword. Unfortunately, I won't get a quest marker for it.
May you return to her benevolence in safety.
It would have been very helpful to have a quest marker, but it must mean we kind of just run across it easily enough, I think. Ooh, what time is it now? 7:20? Alright, so this should be early enough to get into the orphanage without them getting angry. And then I can hide in the corner again.
We're one of the same kind, you and I. I'm glad to have met you.
Watch
As
the
you
door
wish.
for me, please. Dove a bit. Dove a bit, where are you? There you are, honey. You wait here, please. I know you don't like waiting. You're a good boy. Alright, lady, just go to bed. I need you to sleep, please. I've never actually played Assassin's Creed. Like, I would probably enjoy it, but I haven't. Hypothetically, I could just shoot her from here, and it might work out. So let's drop a save.
It's growing. No more! I yield! I yield! Mercy! Victory's yours!
See if I get in trouble with this guard or not. No? Maybe these ones are responding to the screaming? No, everything's fine. That worked out. Awesome. Okay, we can go now.
I am the shadow at your back.
Dilfabet. We can go. Alright, what should I work on next? I still got 2 more hours I can stream. Oh, I can actually see the clock there too, that's nice. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I don't care about Perennial's scheme. Go away. We could do some of these. Just hunting a bunch of bandits and stuff. That could be alright. Oh, let's go back and tell Aventus Arantino that she's dead. That makes sense. Let's finish it off that way. To Windhelm. Yes, his house is in one of these upper spots up here. Here, Kayla.
Growled the kind. Is she, you know?
Yes, Grelid the Kind is dead.
Aha! I knew you could do it. I just knew it. I knew the Dark Brotherhood would save me. Here, just like I promised. This should fetch you a nice price. Thank you. Thank you again.
You're welcome. Go back to the orphanage, though, so you can get adopted, alright? Alright. What should we do next? I could do Meridia's Beacon. Sarthal. And I'll wait to do those ones later. That I'll try to do as its own stream. That I'll find in Sarthal. And I don't know if I got enough gold to buy my field lab right now. You know what? Yeah, let's go get this moon amulet for the Khajiit. That sounds enjoyable. Alright, so that is here. Nilheim's close. And so's Hilgred's tomb. Let's start at Nilheim. So this way, or I think we want to follow the road this way. I think. Oh no, this is just... I see. I see. Yeah, it should be in this direction, I think. Fox. There we go. This road's headed more the right way. Did I ever clear that cave? I don't think I did. Because I was low on health potions at the time. Doing an Adopt a Highway program doesn't let you rename the highway. You just become in charge of keeping it clean. Yeah, let's let you work on my light armor skill a bit, actually. You know, other than getting some disease, but whatever. Now let's get the skeever tail. Hello, dear. All these taproots and can't grab them. Such a shame. Actually, you are probably a bigger threat than the spider. Oh, second witch. Yeah, I'll just take your stuff. Thank you. Well, I can't search those barrels. What you got in your chest? It's a decent amount of gold. I hear something. Yeah, what's up with this spell being stuck in midair? It's probably what I'm hearing. Can I reach these torchwoods? Yay! I can get one. Maybe. There we go. That one's flying too high, though. Yeah, I'm just hearing that spell being stuck. Ooh, that worked. I managed to knock the soul gem out of the trap there. I've never tried that before. That's cool. Oh, here it landed. That was nifty. Oh, the spiders. Hello. Oh, there's another one I can loot. There should be a third one. There it is. We got some eggs I can take from my potions. Nope, they're too young, I guess. Looks like there's a path this way and a room this way. Aha! You're very slow. Here we go. Hello, bandit. And my carry weight's doing okay. I can take your stuff. Interesting. That's a really thick area there. What does this chain do? Ooh. I kind of got lucky on that. I like barely aimed on that. Read Breathing Water by Halil Miram. He walked through the dry, crowded streets of Balfal, glad to be among so many strangers. In the wharfs of Vivek, he had no such anonymity. They knew him to be a smuggler, but here he could be anyone. A lower-class peddler, perhaps. A student, even. Some people even pushed against him as he walked past, as if to say, "We would not dream of being so rude as to acknowledge that you don't belong here." Serene Realis was not in any of the taverns, but he knew that she was somewhere. Perhaps behind a tenement window, or poking around in a dunghill for an exotic ingredient for some spell or another. He knew little of the ways of the sorceress, but that they always seemed to be doing something eccentric. Because of this prejudice, he nearly passed by the old Dunmore woman having a drink from a well. It was too prosaic, but he knew from the look of her that she was Serene Relis, the great sorceress. "I have gold for you," he said to her back, "if you will teach me the secret of breathing water." She turned around, a wide, wet grin stretched across her weathered features. I ain't breathing it, boy, I'm just drinking it." "Don't mock me," he said stiffly. "Either you're Serene Relis and you will teach me the spell of breathing water, or you aren't. Those are the only possibilities. If you're going to learn to breathe water, you're going to have to learn there are more possibilities than that, boy. The School of Alteration is all about possibilities, changing patterns, making things be what they could be. Maybe I ain't Serene Relis, but I can teach how to breathe water." She wiped her mouth dry. "Or maybe I am Serene Relis, and I won't. Or maybe I even can teach you to breathe water, but you can't learn." "I'll learn," he said simply. "Why don't you just buy yourself a spell of water breathing or a potion over at the Mages Guild? That is how it's generally done." "They're not powerful enough," he said. "I need to be underwater for a long time. I'm willing to pay whatever you ask, but I don't want any questions. I was told you could teach me. What's your name, boy?" "That is a question," he replied. His name was Tharian Winloth, but in Vivec they called him a tollman. His job, such as it was collecting a percentage of the loot from the smugglers when they came into harbor to bring to his boss in the Komona Tong. Of the value of that percentage, he earned another percentage. In the end, it was very small indeed. He had scarcely any gold of his own, and what he had he gave to Serene Relis. The lessons began that very day. The sorceress brought her pupil, whom she simply called Boy, out to a low sandbank along the sea. "I will teach you a powerful spell for breathing water, but you must become a master of it. As with all spells and all skills, the more you practice, the better you get. Even that ain't enough. To achieve true mastery, you must understand what it is you are doing. It ain't simply enough to perform a perfect thrust of the blade. You must also know what you're doing, and why." "That is common sense," said Tharian. "Yes, it is," said Serene, closing her eyes. "But the spells of alteration are all about uncommon sense. The infinite possibilities, breaking the sky, swallowing space, dancing with time, setting the ice on fire, believing that the unreal may become real. You must learn the rules of the cosmos and then break them." "That sounds very difficult," replied Tharian, trying to keep a straight face. Serene pointed to the small silver fish darting along the water's edge. "They don't find it so. They breathe water just fine." "But that's not magic." "What I'm saying to you, boy, is that it is." For several weeks Serene drilled her student, and the more he understood about what he was doing and the more he practiced, the longer he could breathe underwater. When he found that he could cast the spell for as long as he needed, he thanked the sorceress and bade her farewell. "There is one last lesson I have to teach you," she said. "You must learn that desire is not enough. The world will end your spell no matter how good you are, and no matter how much you want it. That is a lesson I'm happy not to learn, he said, and left at once for the short journey back to Vivek. The wharfs were much the same, with all the same smells, the same sounds, and the same characters. His boss had found a new tollman, he learned from his mates. They were still looking for the smuggler ship Moradrung, but they had given up hope of ever seeing it. Therian knew they would not. He had seen it sink from the wharf a long time ago. On a moonless night he cast his spell and dove into the thrashing purple waves. He kept his mind on the world of possibilities, that books could sing, that green was blue, that water was air, that every stroke and kick brought him closer to a sunken ship filled with treasure. He felt magicka surge all around him as he pushed his way deeper down. Ahead, he saw a ghostly shadow of the Morodrug, its mast billowing in a wind of deep water currents. He also felt his spell beginning to fade. He could break reality long enough to breathe water all the way back up to the surface, but not enough to reach the ship. The next night, he dove again, and this time the spell was stronger. He could see the vessel in detail, clouded over and dusted in sediment. The wound in its hull where it had struck the reef, a glint of gold beckoning from within. But still, he felt reality closing in, and he had to surface. The third night he made it into the steerage, past the bloated corpses of the sailors, nibbled and picked apart by fishes, their glassy eyes bulging, their mouths stretched open. Had they only known the spell, he thought briefly, but his mind was more occupied by the gold scattered along the floor. The boxes that contained them shattered. He considered scooping up as much as he could carry in his pockets, but a sundry iron box seemed to bespoke more treasures. On the wall was a row of keys. He took each down and tried it in the locked box, but none opened. One key, however, was missing. Therian looked around the room. Where could it be? His eyes went to the corpse of one of the sailors, floating in the dance of death, not far from the box, his hands tightly clutching something. It was a key. When the ship had begun to sink, this sailor had evidently gone for the iron box. Whatever was in it had been very valuable. Therian took the sailor's key and opened the box. It was filled with broken glass. He rummaged around until he felt something solid and pulled out 2 flasks of some kind of wine. He smiled as he considered the foolishness of the poor alcoholic. This was what was important to the sailor out of all the treasure of the Morodrug. Then suddenly Therian felt reality. He had not been paying attention to the grim, tireless advance of the world on his spell. It was fading away. His ability to breathe water. There was no time to surface. There was no time to do anything. As he sucked in, his lungs filled with cold, briny water. A few days later, the smugglers working on the wharf came upon the drowned body of the former tollman. Finding a body in the water in Vivek was not in itself noteworthy, but the subject that they discussed over many bottles of Flynn was how did it happen that he drowned with 2 potions of water breathing in his hands. I had a feeling that's what they had pulled from the salvage. dum, dum, dum. Is this the edge of this space? Is this everything? There. Oh, here we go. Wait, is this the pull chain that I... Here, come back through, Janessa. I don't want to, like, lock you in there. Dove, come here. Come here, boy. Yeah, I think that's what had opened the door. Where's my hallway? Hello? Oh, it closed behind me, I see. This is the way to close the door from the inside of the cave. At least I didn't split up the party. There's probably something behind here. Let's grab some fire. Here's a chest. Okay, I bet that seems like that's all there is. Alright. Very good. That was a decent amount of loot for just a cave. If I had... Oh, someone's still alive. I think I kind of just walked past her, though. But since neither of us saw each other, I guess she gets permission to live. That's no big deal. If I was choosing skydive or zipline, I think I would prefer neither. But if I had to do one, I would definitely choose the zipline. I do not do well with heights, but I'd at least like to have something to hold on to. I got some followers on Twitch. Very nice. Thank you very kindly. And let's unsneak and head back this way. Like, we want to go... We definitely need to cross this gorge at some point. But there should hopefully be a bridge to do so, not too far away. Or at least the path branching in that direction. Yeah, this isn't... I'm not sure if this is really a road, but it's definitely a safe path down. I think this counts as a road. It's connecting to a road. There's a bridge. Very good. There, now we're headed more directly towards our quest objective. Close enough to see a marker for its cave. Hello, dude. Are you the afflicted dude?
Are you finished ogling the grotesque? I suppose I should be grateful you didn't simply attack me.
I keep running across you. I would, like, offer you a cure or something if I could. Nave. Hello, person. Who are you? Oh, you want to fight? Okay. I don't know how you were seeing her there, Janessa, but good job. Oh! You downed her. Nice shooting, Janessa.
Silence will serve us well in this place. Let us take our foes by surprise.
We're not gonna worry about the fort. Would have been kind of nice maybe to have passed close enough to get it on my map, but... Hello, dragon. Where are you at, buddy? Are you... intending to attack? Yes. Ugh. Hang in there, Janessa. Nice job tanking. Yeah. This ledge here is actually good cover. Whoa, who are you fighting over there? Is that the afflicted and refugee guy? Wow, landed almost right on top of me. Shoot the dragon in the butt. my turn to tank. Oh, you got right in there, Janessa. When we're done with this, I'll make sure you get your health points back. Alright, magic, restoration, healing hands.
I hope you're not expecting a thank you.
It seems like you're okay. Good job. Take off. Covered 11 arrows from this one. Quite nice. Alright, now let's get my bow back. Oh, this looks like it should be a path to the cave, maybe.
Corners to strike from. I could learn to like this place.
Yeah, we seem to be really close to... Aha! Hello, Fox. Don't worry. I don't want to hurt you. Looks like that's the path I would have taken to get here. Well, we found our way. It's all good. Oh, bandits ahead. Missed. That's better. Ooh. That didn't singe him as much as it should have. Oh, that was a good dodge. Impressive. Lovely work as always, Janessa. I'll take your one. I guess I can take yours. Get an arrow back. Your orcish sword. I'll leave that. What do we got? Some garlic. Excellent. Lockpick. Ooh, we can open a cage somewhere. Some healing potion. Some wine. Sword is not worth picking up. Ooh. Recovered the arrow that missed. Very good. Ooh, potatoes. Yeah, I kind of feel like I should drop a save. There's kind of a bit more to this place than I was expecting. We also haven't saved in quite a while.
That's quite a sight.
That's why I saved. Yeah, these thugs are tough. go. There's so many walkways. Where'd that body go? There's an arrow I can pick up. There he is. Oh, wait. That's where it's grabbing. Oh! I'm gonna have to offload some stuff onto Dove a bit. Look at that. Buddy! Hey, boy! I need you to carry some stuff for me. I know. You're so good. You're such a good boy. Alright. You can keep these daggers. This other dagger. One of the war axes. You can have the amulet, some robes. I really should have sold that strange amulet while I had a chance. Ingredients, oh, miscellaneous. Let's give you the dragon bones. That will really... Oh, you have as much as you can carry too now. Okay. That is fine. This is why I don't take everything. However, I think I forgot to offload you the last time I was selling stuff. That was my bad. Words and Philosophy by Lady Bennock. Lady Elena Bennock, former master of the Vardenfell Fighters Guild and head of the Emperor's personal guard in the Imperial City, has been leading a campaign to reacquaint the soldiers of Tamriel with the sword. I met with her on 3 different occasions for the purposes of this book. The first time was at her suite at the palace, on the balcony overlooking the gardens below. I was early for the interview, which had taken me nearly 6 months to arrange, but she gently chided me for not being even earlier. I've had time to put up my defenses now, she said, her bright green eyes smiling. Lady Bennock is a Bosmer, a wood elf, and like her ancestors, took to the bow in her early years. She excelled at the sport, and by the age of 14, she had joined the hunting party of her tribe as a jockspur, a long-distance shooter. During the Black Year of 396, when the Peric tribe began their rampage through the southeastern Valenwood with the aid of powers from Somerset Isle, Lady Bennock fought the futile battle to keep her tribe's land. I killed someone for the first time when I was 16. She says now, I don't remember it very well. He or she was just a blur on the horizon where I aimed my bow. It meant no more to me than shooting animals. I probably killed 100 people like that during that summer and fall. I didn't really feel like a killer until the wintertide, when I learned what it was like to look into a man's eyes as you spilled his blood. It was a scout from the Peric tribe who surprised me while I was on camp watch. We surprised each other, I suppose. I had my bow at my side, but I just panicked, trying to string an arrow, when he was half a yard away from me. It was the only thing I knew to do. Of course, He struck first with his blade, and I just fell back in shock. You always remember the mistakes of your first victim. His mistake was assuming because he had drawn blood I had fallen, that I was dead. I rushed at him the moment he turned from me towards the sleeping camp of my tribesmen. He was caught off guard, and I wrested his blade away from him. I don't know how many times I stabbed at him. By the time I stopped, when the next watch came to relieve me, my arms were black and blue with strain, and there was not a solid piece of him left. I had literally cut him into pieces. You see, I had no concept of how to fight, or how much it took to kill a man. Lady Binnock, aware of this deficiency in her education, began teaching herself swordsmanship at once. You can't learn how to use a sword in Valenwood, she says, which isn't to say the Bosmer can't use blades, but we're largely self-taught. As much as it hurt when my tribe found itself homeless, pushed to the north, it did have one good aspect. It afforded me the opportunity to meet Red Guards. Studying all manners of weapon-wielding under the tutelage of Warday Akor, Lady Binnock excelled. She became a freelance adventurer, traveling through the wilds of southern Hammerfell and northern Valenwood, protecting caravans and visiting dignitaries from the various dangers indigenous to the population. Unfortunately, before we were able to pursue her story of her early years any further, Lady Binnock was called away on urgent summons from the Emperor. Such is often the case with the Imperial Guard, and in these troubled times, perhaps more so than in the past. When I tried to contact her for another talk, her servants informed me that their mistress was in Skyrim. Another month passed, and when I visited her suite, I was told she was in High Rock. To her credit, Lady Binnock actually sought me out for our second interview on sun's dusk of that year. I was in a tavern in the city called the Blood and Rooster when I felt her hand upon my shoulder. She sat down at the rude table and continued her tale as if it had never been interrupted. She returned to the theme of her days as an adventurer, and told me about the first time she had ever felt confident with a sword. I owned at that time an enchanted daikatana, quite a good one, of Daedric metal. It wasn't an original Akaviri, not even of design. I didn't have that kind of money, but it served my primary purpose of delivering as much damage with as little effort on my part as possible. Akor had taught me how to fence, but when faced with a life-or-death situation, I always fell back on the old overhand wallop. A pack of orcs had stolen some gold from a local chieftain in Medicia, and I went looking for them in one of the ubiquitous dungeons that dot the countryside in that region. There were usual rats and giant spiders, and I was enough of a veteran by then to dispatch them with relative ease. The problem came when I found myself in a pitch-black room, and all around me I heard the grunts of orcs nearing in. I waved my sword around me, connecting with nothing, hearing their footsteps coming even nearer. Somehow I managed to hold back my fear and remember the simple exercises Master Akor had taught me. I listened, stepped sideways, swung, twisted, stepped forward, swung a circle, turned around, sidestepped, swung. My instinct was right. The orcs had gathered in a circle around me, and when I found a light, I saw that they were all dead. That's when I focused on my study of swordplay. I'm stupid enough to require a near-death experience to see the practical purposes, you see? Lady Bennock spent the remainder of the interview responding in her typically blunt way to the veracity of various myths that surrounded her and her career. It was true that she became the master of the Valenwood Fighters Guild after winning a duel with the former master, who was a stooge of the Imperial Battle Mage. The traitor Hagar Thorn, who it was not true that she was the one responsible for the Valenwood Guide's disintegration 2 years later. Actually, the membership in the Valenwood chapter was healthy, but in Tamriel overall, the mood was not conducive for the continued existence of a non-partisan organization of freelance warriors. It was true that she first came to the Emperor's attention when she defended Queen Akathiri of Silenthiel from a Breton assassin. It was not true that the assassin was hired by someone in the High Court of Daggerfall. At least, she says wryly, that has never been proven. It is also never true that she married her former servant Erkin after he had been in her service for 11 years. No one knows how to keep my weaponry honed like he does. It's a practical business. I either had to give him a raise or marry him. The only story I asked her that she would neither admit nor refute was the one about Calaxus, the Emperor's bastard. When I brought up the name, she shrugged, professing no knowledge of the affair. I pressed on with the details of the story. Calaxus, though not in line for succession, had been given the archbishopric of the One, a powerful position in the imperial city, and indeed over all Tamriel, where that religion is honored. Whispering began immediately that Calaxus believed that the gods were angered with the secular governments of Tamriel, and the Emperor specifically. It was even said that Calaxus advocated full-scale rebellion to establish a theocracy over the Empire. It is certainly true, I pressed on, that the Emperor's relationship with Calaxes had become very stormy, and that legislation had been passed to limit the Church's authority. That is, up until the moment when Calaxes disappeared, suddenly, without notice to his closest friends. Many said that Lady Bennock and the Imperial Guard assassinated the Archbishop Calaxes in the sacristy of his church. The date usually given was the 29th of sun's dusk in the third epic 398. Of course, responds Lady Bennock with one of her mysterious grins. I don't need to tell you that the Imperial Guard's position is as protectors of the throne, not assassins. But surely no one is more trusted than the Guard for such a sensitive operation, I said carefully. Lady Bennock acknowledges that, but merely says that such details of her duties must remain a secret as a matter of imperial security. Unfortunately, her ladyship had to leave early the next morning as the Emperor had business down south. Of course, I couldn't be told more specifics. She promised to send me word when she returned so we could continue our interview. As it turned out, I had business of my own in the Somerset Isle, compiling a book on the Sigic Order. It was therefore with surprise that I met her ladyship 3 months later in Firsthold. We managed to get away from our respective duties to complete our third and final interview on a walk along the Desierto, a great river that passes through the royal parks of the city. Steering away from questions of her recent duties and assignments, which I guessed rightly she was loath to answer, I returned to the subject of sword fighting. Frandar Hunding, she says, lasts 38 grips, 750 offensive and 1,800 defensive positions, and nearly 9,000 moves essential to sword mastery. The average hack and slasher knows one grip, which he uses primarily to keep from dropping his blade. He knows one offensive position, facing his target, and one defensive position, fleeing. Of the multitudinous rhythms and inflections of combat, he knows less than one. The ways of the warrior were never meant to be the easiest path. The archetype of the idiot fighter is stolidly ingrained as that of the brilliant wizard and shrewd thief. But it was not always so. The figure of the philosopher swordsman, though blade-wielding artist, are creatures of the past, together with the sword singer of the Red Guards, who was said to be able to create and wield a blade with the power of his mind. The future of the intelligent blade wielder looks bleak in past comparison to the glories of the past. Not wanting to end our interviews on a sour note, I pressed Lady Elena Bennock for advice for young bladeswingers just beginning their careers. When confronted with a wizard, she says, throwing petals of Cantleith into the Desierto, close the distance and hit him hard. I'll leave that. Oh, I thought there'd be stairs to go up. There's definitely up to go to. How do I get there? Alright, must be... Oh! Hello! There we go. Barely saw him, but I managed to kill him. There you are. Let's leave your armor and such. Okay, let's go around the tripwire. Careful, darlings.
Someone there?
Is he able to get down to me?
Nothing here after all.
Well, thanks for showing me how to get up there. That was helpful.
What was that?
Yay! Yep, I'll leave all of that. Oh, hello there. Nice. Hello. Nope. Let's leave all of that. Okay, there's something there. Where'd your buddy go? Did he fall into the water? It's a bummer, but I didn't really have space for his stuff anyway, so guess I'm not gonna cry about it.
Trouble is in the air here.
Looks like the boss is at it again. Why? What's he doing now? He's on one of his drunk rants again. Except this time he's challenging everyone to a duel over in the hold. We've got him locked in there now, but he's still challenging anyone that looks crooked at him. Someone should let that cat loose. That'll shut him up real quick. Hey, don't say that too loud. You don't want it getting back to him. You hear something?
Excellent. Ooh. Are you? Shh. Are you going after my bunny? You were hitting my bunny. Damn it. Good teamwork. You should have something decent. Yeah, that's technically worth grabbing. Grab the arrows. We'll just leave the rest. Not bad. I'll take that meat pie and that garnet. Some garlic could be good. I can lose a fair amount of weight just by eating my food to heal later. Get some salt, some apples. Sacks of flour aren't great, but I don't have so many health potions at the moment that it's worth leaving the food. Thought there was another of you. There you are. Ooh, you had some good stuff. Take the wine, some mead. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Ooh, I can take some baked potatoes, some grilled leeks. Cut them in the middle. I'll leave the raw rabbit. We don't need that. You know, I've never done... I shouldn't say I've never done cooking, but I almost... Oh, I can't actually cook with that. Only they can. Alright, that's fine. That's no big deal. I was gonna say it'd be potentially worth cooking some of the stuff in my inventory to kind of both lower my total weight a little bit probably and increase its healing potency. Yeah, there's a chest down here. Yeah, That's all worth grabbing. Up we go. Alright, I got 1 more hour of streaming. Oh! I almost missed you. Okay. Orsinium and the Orcs. By Menya Yost. The year was the third epic 399, and standing on a mountainside overlooking a vast tract of land between the lands of Menevia and Wayrest was a great and learned judge, an arbitrator and magistrate, impartial in his submission to the law. "You have a very strong claim to the land, my lad," said the judge. "I won't lie to you about that. But your competition has an equal claim. This is what makes this particular profession difficult at times." "You would call it my competition?" sneered Lord Bowen, gesturing to the orc. The creature, called Gortwog Gonogrum, looked up with baleful eyes. "He has ample documentation to make a claim on the land," the magistrate shrugged, "and the particular laws of our land do not discriminate between particular races. We had a Bosmer regency once, many generations ago. But what if a pig or a slaughterfish turned up demanding the property? Would they have the same legal rights as I? If they had the proper papers, I'm afraid so," smiled the judge. "The law is very clear that if two claimants with equal titles to the property are set in deadlock, a duel must be held. Now, the rules are fairly archaic, but I've had opportunity to look them over, and I think they're still valid. The Imperial Council agrees." "What must we do?" asked the orc, his voice low and harsh, unused to the tongue of the Cyrodiils. "The first claimant, that is you, Lord Gartwog, may choose the armor and weapon of the duelist. The second claimant, that is you, Lord Bowen, may choose the location. If you would prefer, either or both of you may choose a champion, or you may duel yourself." The Breton and the orc looked at one another, evaluating. Finally, Gortwog spoke. "The armor will be orcish, and the weapons will be common steel longswords. No enchantments, no wizardry allowed. The arena will be the central courtyard of my cousin Lord Baelrith's palace in Wayrest," said Bowen, looking Gortwog in the eye. "None of your kind will be allowed in to witness." So it was agreed. Gortwog declared that he would fight the duel himself, and Bowen, who was a fairly young man and in better than average condition, felt he could not keep his honor without competing himself as well. Still, upon arriving at his cousin's palace a week before the duel was scheduled, he felt the need to practice. A suit of orcish armor was purchased, and for the first time in his life, Bowen wore something of tremendous weight and limited faculty. Bowen and Baerlith sparred in the courtyard. In 10 minutes' time, Bowen had to stop. He was red-faced and out of breath from trying to move in the armor. To add to his exasperation, he had not scored one blow on his cousin, and had dozens of feinted strikes scored on him. "I don't know what to do," said Bowen over dinner. "Even if I knew someone who could fight properly in that beastly steel, I couldn't possibly send in a champion to battle Gortwog." Bearlith commiserated. As the servants cleared the plates, Bowen stood up in his seat and pointed at one of them. "You didn't tell me you had an orc in your household." "Sir," whined the elderly specimen, turning to Lord Bearlith, certain that he had caused offense somehow. "You mean old Tuner?" laughed Bearlith. "He's been in my house for ages. Would you like him to give you training on how to move in orcish armor?" "Would you like me to?" asked Tuner obsequiously, unknown to Bearlith but known to him now. His servant had once ridden with the legendary Cursed Legion of High Rock. He not only knew how to fight in orcish armor himself, but had acted as trainer to other orcs before retiring into domestic service. Desperate, Bowen immediately engaged him as his full-time trainer. "You try too hard, sir," said the orc on their first day in the arena. "It is easy to strain yourself in heavy mail. The joints are just so to let you bend with only a little effort. If you fight against the joints, you won't have any strength to fight your foe." Bowen tried to follow Tuner's instructions, but he quickly grew frustrated, and the more frustrated he got, the more intensity he put into his work, which tired him out even quicker. While he took a break to drink some water, Bearlith spoke to his servant. If they were optimistic about Bowen's chances, their faces did not show it. Tuner trained Bowen hard the next 2 days, but her lady Sith Elsoira's birthday followed hard upon them, and Bowen enjoyed the feast thoroughly. A liquor of poppies and goose fat, and cocktinch with buttered hyssop for a first course. Roasted pike, comb-wort, and balls of rabbit meat for a second. Sliced fox tongues, bollum pudding with oyster gravy, batagir weed and beans for a main course. Kolakiva, ice and sugar fritters for dessert. As Bowen was settling back afterwards, his eyes weary, he suddenly spied Gortwog and the judge entering the room. "What are you doing here?" he cried. "The duel's not for another 2 days. Lord Gortwog asked that we move it to tonight. You were training when my emissary arrived 2 days ago, but his lordship, your cousin, spoke for you, agreeing to change the date." "But there's no time to assemble my supporters," claimed Bowen, "and I've just devoured a feast that would kill a lesser man." "Cousin, how could you neglect to tell me?" "I spoke to Tuner about it," said Bearlith, blushing, unused to deception. "We decided you would be best served under these conditions." The battle in the arena was sparsely attended. Saturated with food, Bowen found himself unable to move very quickly. To his surprise, the armor responded to his lethargy, rotating smoothly and elevating to each stagger. The more he successfully maneuvered, the more he allowed his mind and not his body to control his defensive and offensive actions. For the first time in his life, Bowen saw what it was to look through the helmet of an orc. Of course, he lost, and rather badly, if scores had been tabulated. Gortwog was a master of such battle. But Bowen fought on for more than 3 hours, before the judge reluctantly called a winner. "I will name the land Orsinium, after the land of my fathers," said the victor. Bowen's first thought was that if he must lose to an orc, it was best that the battle was largely unwatched by his friends and family. As he left the courtyard to go to the bed he had longed for earlier in the evening, he saw Gortwog speaking to Tunner. Although he did not understand the language, he could see that they knew each other. When the Breton was in bed, he had a servant bring the old orc to him. "Tuner," he said kindly, "speak frankly to me. You wanted Lord Gortwog to win." "That is true," said Tuner, "but I did not fail you. You fought better than you would have fought 2 days hence, sir. I did not want Orsinium to be won by its king without a fight." Alright, good, there's nothing that way. Whoa, hello! And anyone else in this room? Excellent. No, we'll leave it. I'll take an arrow. Arrow, thank you. Where's my dead guy? Hello? I don't see his body there either. It is a long way down, though. I don't have that much inventory space anyway. Alright, lost a second body. We'll consider it it's fine. It's fine. Moving on. Okay, I am going to take some books, maybe? No, none of them are valuable enough, actually. Yeah, we'll leave out the books. We've done enough reading for this stream. Okay, still got another 50 minutes. Search to see. Have I? Yes, I have read that one. Oh, nope, I haven't read it. Cool. Alright, we got the quest. I hear people. Alright, we found the cages. There must be someone else around, though, if people are talking. Oh well, okay.
What are you waiting for? I know you want to kill me. Now's your chance.
Hello, who's speaking? Is there someone in a cage?
One of you get in here. I can put all of you down.
Hello, prisoner. Where are you at? He must be nearby if I can hear him, but all of these cages look empty.
I can put all of you down.
Hmm. Oh, let's go back to our objective over here.
What are you?
Yeah, they really didn't have good stuff to take anyway, so I was definitely not missing anything, really, by losing a couple bodies. Alright. got the amulet for our quest. That's worth taking. We will leave the gauntlets.
What are you waiting for? I know you want to kill me. Now's your chance.
There's someone there. Time to end this little game.
Hey! Don't you be flinking, my girl. Excellent. Yeah, there's still an archer over there somewhere. Yeah, we'll get him. And we'll leave that. Take me, and we'll just leave the rest.
You can't hide from me.
Yes, I can. Take your arrow. Leave the rest. So, go this way. There you are. Thank you for coming closer. Where did you go? Oh! That was quite something. Oh no, Janessa's hurt. Oh! You ran right in front of me, girl. I did not mean to shoot you. I'm very sorry. I will heal you after I kill this guy. I mean, we're just shooting straight at each other here. Nothing really fancy about it, but I've got more hit points. Oh, there's another one. Oh, no, Janice died! Fuck. Okay, yep. Load. Autosave. Oh, my poor girl. My poor girl. Okay. Alright, we already heard these guys talking, so let's just finish them off quick.
This time is challenging everyone to a duel
She must have died when I shot her, actually, because I could do more damage than the goons.
You start running so I can stab you in the back. I cannot best you.
Alright. Take the arrows, take the studded armor. Pollute all the alcohol. If I could avoid accidentally firing. Oh, there was another bandit. Where? Meh. Doesn't seem to be a concern. Alright. Finish taking my alcohol. Mostly because it's decently valuable for its weight. da, da. Get some garlic. I think I actually missed that last time, so that's something. Some cheese. Anything in the cupboard? No, not really. Nothing there. Alright. Oh wait, there was... Yes, salmon's egg. I love me some salmon. Alright, go back down to this chest. Take on that. Nothing there I need. Oh, this time this guy's awake. Right? Yeah, whatever. They got like barely anything on him anyway. Alright. Just gonna take the book. We already read it. Is there anything back here still? Yeah. You know what, actually?
We're one of the same kind, you and I. I'm glad to have met you, if that is what you wish.
I want to give you some health potions. I can give you some food too. I think you might be able to heal yourself with it. Well, actually no. I don't think she can. I think she can only use the potions. So let's just give you all of my... Well, not necessarily all of them. I got a lot of these minor healing ones. Let's give you a dozen of those. And hopefully that will keep me from accidentally killing you again. That's where I came up. Alright. There was only some arrows over there. Well, this time we can... Oh, we can get a lockpick off him. That's something. Dove a bit? How'd you get over here? How did you get ahead? That's so weird. Alright, let's drop another save so I don't have to redo that stuff again if she dies again in the big fight. Alright. Now we already know there isn't anybody in the cages. We're just hearing the big boss challenging all his goons to... for a fight. Yeah, I guess I can take your studded armor. Grab the key. Loot the chest.
What are you waiting for? I know you. You kill me. Now's your chance.
Oh.
Send another one in here.
What was that?
I think I actually had a better angle on the fight last time. Oh, there was one over here. I almost missed you, buddy. Oh, Janessa? Okay, good job doing some healing there. Okay, boss guy. Janessa, do you need healing again? Where are you? Where did you go? Please don't die again. You're doing a better job hiding from me than I'm doing of hiding from you. I don't know where everybody's at right now. There seems to be a back way around here. Oh, but it doesn't get me down to below. There's a bunch of dead people down there, that's nice. Oh good, Janessa's still alive. Okay. Don't kill her. Let's actually heal you real quick. I think I can do that without too much concern for myself.
I hope you're not expecting a thank.
No, we're good. Love you, girl. Alright, that's as much as I got juice in me right now, but that should have patched you up a fair bit. Where is this dude, and how do I get down to him? I think I gotta go through this cage thing. No? How do you get down to that lower area?
Guess it's all clear now.
The pathing is a bit weird. Yeah. Oh shit. I was like, yeah, work on my light armor skill, but no, that was bad. Ugh. Okay. Do not jumped out to the boss this time. I think there's actually another potion on that shelf I missed before. That's nice. Here. I don't actually even want your armor, really. A draught of health. Yes, that definitely would be useful.
What are you waiting for? I know you want to kill me. Now's your turn. Is someone there? One of you.
These little guys handled. Oh, somebody got me.
Where are you?
Come on, girl, let's back off and let them miss us again. And then we can have another safe approach. Oh, you're shooting somebody, though. Oh, I see you. Alright, good. That's good progress. Is there still someone back here we can get? No, that must have been the guy that went there. That's good. That's good. Very good. That's a dead body. Okay. Ooh. This sounds like a good plan. Alright. Conjure flame Atronach. And back to the barrel.
Easily blocked. Remember, it's the one in the middle.
I didn't do as much damage as I was hoping, but I think it was still good progress. Yeah. Come on, buddy, come back over here, please. Please. Alright, I've almost got enough magic to conjure another Atronach. And now with him not being right on top of us, she should get some more hits off on him. Woo! Boss is down! Okay. There you go. Ooh, Orcish Dagger. That is lovely. I'd really like a second one so both girls could have the same weapon, but yeah. I like that. Alright, yep, you were able to get through. Very good, very good. Alright, let's drop another save now that we got the boss done. But it shouldn't be as hard from here. Okay, we still have half an hour left in the stream. I don't usually mind going over my usual schedule time, but my sister's dog needs her pain pills, and I don't want to be late on that. Ooh, time to eat some food. Oop. All my hit points back. Excellent. Oop. Now I can level up to heal. Stick with the health. Alright, can I do more with my light armor after all this? I feel like I should. Aww. Oh, we can do a sneak though. Deadly aim. Oh, heck yes. Not of immediate benefit, but heck yes. Alright. So I don't know why I can't interact with your body, but you probably didn't have anything anyway. Good, good. Still got my bunny. Dwarven arrows! And an orcish bow. That should be better than what I got. No, the dwarven bow is better than the orcish bow, but I could give the orcish bow to Janessa.
If that is what you wish.
Good, you still got some healing potions. Let's give you... I think if I just give you one orcish arrow, you should be able to shoot with orcish arrows. I think that's actually how this works. Since you can't naturally replenish. Yeah, this is almost exactly how many iron arrows I gave you from before. So if I take the iron arrows back, you should be using the orcish arrows. And that'll give you more power. Yeah.
Lead on.
Health potion. Health potion. I'll leave the dwarven. I kind of want to take the dwarven sword. I kind of want it for decoration and the... Whoop. Is this the way down? No. Huh, okay. Oh, there's a chest here, though. Totally missed it. Let's just take the gold. I mean, I guess I could jump down into the water and just swim out. Am I missing something else I meant to do, though. Yeah, there's more bridge in this direction. Oh, here we go. Now I can get the plug. Yeah, she didn't have anything to loot anyway. Ooh. Get some more of those dwarven arrows, though. That's nice. It's very nice. I don't know if that's quite how I meant to do that, but it is at least a shorter drop. Okay. That worked. And that should be everybody cleared from this dungeon now, so we don't need to sneak anymore. Okay, let's avoid the trap again. Janessa, you triggered the trap. Are you okay? I see a boo-boo on you? Okay, you seem okay. Which way was the entrance? Ooh. Seems we missed somebody. My apologies. Yes, she did use an orcish arrow on him, which actually is a kind of a fun way that she can kind of generate new arrows. That's a fun thing. Get some apples for my girls. Heck yeah, all kinds of apples for the kids. Okay, well, it seems like this was just a storage room area, not the way out. I am glad to have been able to plunder it. Yeah, I did loot from him. However, I would like to leave the cave. But I can't remember how to find the entrance. Yeah. This way, maybe? Oh, that's right. We're in kind of a cave within a cave. I see. Wait. No. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. That's going further in again. Okay. Huh. Where's the door? Is there a... Yeah, that's cleared. That's another entrance from it. This is where to leave. Okay, so to go there, we are here. And I need to go back through this way. Oh, I think I need to go back down the lower route. Alright, well, we can go through the trap. Shoot. Oh. Took a minor bit of fall damage here, but you know, it's acceptable. It didn't really hurt too bad. Ooh, I missed some arrows on here. Yes, this seems like the way. Did I get these barrels? Yes. Yes. The arrow for the exit is getting bigger. We must be close to the door. Yay! Freedom! Alright. Where's he at? Nope, nope, not. Go to the local map. The Khajiit are on the road right now. I'm gonna guess that they're heading to Windhelm, though. We can put the arrow away. No. They are moving... Oh, they're going to Riften. Okay, we'll meet them there. Oh shit, my game crashed. Okay, we're still streaming. Let's bring the game back up for now. We've still got 10 minutes left in the stream. We can at least get back in the game and drop off our loot. Or we can return in our quest before we finish. I don't know if I've ever actually had the game just crash on me before, like, or it actually closes like that. I've had, in playing the part of why I don't play the special anniversary edition of Skyrim is that the final boss fight for the Galder Amulet quest, like completely freezes out my graphics card when they go around summoning multiple instances of themselves. And that's given me the blue screen of death. But oh shit. Okay, we're gonna try this one more time because I don't want the game to be. I want to make sure that the game is out of whatever stuck state it's in before I close the stream to make sure that'll work for next stream. So let's let the mod list finish its things and go play the game. I don't like it. I think it doesn't like that I'm doing 2 fast travels back to back without doing a proper autosave point. I think that might be it. So I'm gonna go into town and do a little shopping at the Alchemist, and then I'll go to Riften. And hopefully that'll fix the problem. Let's go into Windhelm. Oh! It's kind of stuck. Oh, there was a courier trying to reach me.
Your hands only. Let's see.
That must be why me trying to leave right away was glitching it. Okay. Because this is like a core
Black robe, couldn't see his face.
main
Paid me a
quest
pretty sum to
delivery.
get that into your hands, though. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Very important. Alright. So let's check the note. Should be letter from Kelselmo. Mysterious note. We know. Okay, that's the Dark Brotherhood note. I see. We should be getting another note soon for having gotten dwarven arrows.
Are you feeling sick?
Oh yeah, I am actually. I forgot about that. Thank you. Actually, if I go to the Shrine of Kinnereth or whatever, I can heal that there. It's probably not that big a deal. Oh, there's a body here. What happened? Oh no. Hello, Torsten.
Hollyfrost farm outside the city. It's honest work, if a bit dull.
Is this one of the murder victims that's for some reason out here? That's so odd. It's very odd. Yeah, I need to leave the city in order to turn in the quest, but first, let's do a little shopping, let the game kind of settle back in.
Lord Nielsen.
I don't
Hey,
haggle.
Nick.
If you want a lower price, look elsewhere.
That's fine, what do you got, girl?
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
You had some potions for me? Oh, I can actually do a bunch of selling quick. That would be a good thing to do. Got any lockpicks? 6, heck yeah. Alright. I was gonna keep that for decoration. That one's for the kids. Keep that. This and that. It might have actually been worth unenchanting that other thing, but whatever. Whatever. ingredients. Books. We can sell these. Miscellaneous. Yeah, we can sell you that heirloom plate. Some dragon scales. You got any more gems in here? Nope. Okay.
Thank you for your custom.
Yeah, no problem. Davabit, you are loaded with weapons and armor, so let's take these from you, and then I'll go to the blacksmith. Yeah, I'll take... I'll leave the dragon bones, though. They're heavy. Oh, wait, no. I can sell them to the alchemist. Might as well take that elk hide from you, too. Why don't you have a tankard? And a torch? I accidentally picked up some really worthless stuff. My apologies. Okay, you can keep that. I would like to sell that. Let you keep the iron shield. I should... That's really heavy. And that's valuable. Okay, you can keep leather armor. That's okay. Yes. I will let you have armor and stuff. That is okay. Yeah, I have not unloaded you for a while. Oh my gosh, my poor bunny. My poor bunny.
Captain Lonelygale, it's always a pleasure to see you. In fact, I'm glad you're here.
Everyone says Yorland Greymane is the best smith in Skyrim.
Oh, you are the smith.
Need some metal hammered.
You're walking away from me.
Weapons and armor.
But okay, I can still sell my stuff for you. That's the important thing. So, those... Let's go to armor first. Sell this super heavy thing. Yeah, he doesn't have too much gold. Oh yeah, he can't afford that. Weapons. You can sell these iron daggers. I keep that. Sword and arrow. Keep that. Sell that. Okay, that's pretty good. Here.
Whether it's armor you need or a new blade.
Ugh, I still can't run around, but that's okay. So use this tanning rack and turn all of our stuff here into leather. Alright, let's make one thing of leather strips. Yeah, this isn't gonna fix my weight problem. But I would like which of these? Yeah, we'll make some gauntlets. There. Oh, I have plenty more armor to make stuff with. I just don't have more strips. I don't want to waste too much time on this, but I really want to do this.
In fact, thieves have been known to kill. Everything's fresh and delicious.
Not that I'd know anything about it, of course, but it seems to me that the last thing a thieves guild will want is the dark ocean to itself.
Someone else is using this? There we go. Thank you.
Guards are looking for the killer, but who knows?
Let's make more gauntlets. Yeah. Alright. Still got more leather than I have strips, but that's enough of that for
Working
now.
in Wendhelm is great. I get to see Ulfric
Are you
up
able
close.
to sell stuff?
I never expected Ulfric to live up to his legend.
Nope.
But he
Alright.
does.
That's okay. That's okay. Ugh. Let's just get to the alchemist and sell the dragon bones, and then we'll have room in our inventory again.
I've got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any questions. I'll never have Master Nurelian's skill with potions.
Oh, yes, you will.
So,
You
you're
just
interested
need
in my
time.
potions and ingredients.
First things first. Buy my dragon. Oh, wait, maybe I should buy stuff from you first so that you have money to buy my stuff with. Let's see. You got health potions? I could take your cure disease potions. I am sick. You don't have nearly as much as I was hoping. I also don't have any blue mountain flower. And you don't have any wheat. That is a shame. That is a shame. But, let's see. You do have enough money now from me buying the healing potion, the cure disease potion, so you can buy my dragon stuff, though. And that is all that really matters. Thank you. Now we can walk around freely. Or we can go to Riften. That should work. Yeah, they're still on their way there. Big stretch. Alright, buddy, where you at? They're close by and still moving. These guys look like bandits, though, not the Khajiit. Nope, they are the Khajiit. Hey, buddy, I got your necklace back.
If you have come to see our wares, speak to the others.
There it is. Ah, home. If you ever need the skills of a Khajiit warrior by your side, I would be honored to travel with you. Until then, here. This is for you. In thanks.
Thanks, buddy. That was a decent payment. I really like Janessa, though. So you stick with your people. They need your help.
This one needs something.
Yes, do you do the
Roads
selling?
of Skyrim lead to many dangers.
No, I don't think he
Bring
does
your
either.
coins, but do not bring trouble.
Do you
So
do the
many
selling?
refuse to talk to us. They call us thieves and smugglers. I am glad to see that you are not such a one.
You're a pretty kitty.
I wonder if we should offer
Take a
these
look.
to the soldiers.
Yes. What do you have for potions? That's a decent potion. Ingredients? Yes, I will take your moon sugar and your salt pile. You've got another doll! Oh, good. Awesome. I've got 70 lockpicks. I probably don't need more, but I'll buy them anyway. And then for you, I would like to sell a whole bunch of stuff, actually. Let's sell these. Yeah, I don't need that. I've got 12 of these I made. That was good twerking. Oh, that was all your gold. That's okay. You did really good. Oh, I can sell you that one miner so I can take your last gold. Good doing business with you, Akari.
I hope that you will come to the business.
Yeah, we'll meet on the roads at some time or another. Excuse me, I would like to get into town, please. You. The horses fighting. Wait, the horses are enemies? Did the vampire compel the horses into fighting us? I don't want to fight the horse. I will take your stuff, though. Thank you. Maybe one of us accidentally hit the horse and made it aggro? But that's just such a shame. Is it one of the pretty horses, too? Here's the horse. The horse is dead. I'm sad about that. Alright. Alright, it is not a good time for businesses, so let's scoot a bit till we are. Alright.
My food is the best in all of Skyrim.
Hey, buddy!
Come to see. What brings you to Balamut today? Repair? Purchase?
I would like to sell some stuff.
Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Alright, let's sell you this and this. Oh. I guess I can sell you the steel dagger, but, I thought I had more apparel that you could buy, and I guess not. Do you have another orcish dagger I can get for my kids? You got a bunch of orcish stuff. Ooh, that's a good... No, that's a war axe. I don't want a war axe. I thought it was a bow. I misread it. Yeah. Have less business with you than I thought.
If you need any more smithing, come see me again.
Yeah,
Genuine Falmer blood.
you.
Can I interest you in some fine goods from Morrowind?
I bet you can buy
Everything
some
I've
of
got
my
on
stuff.
display, really.
Yeah. Otherwise, I guess I could go into the pawn shop. Oh, because it's mage's stuff, they won't buy it. That makes sense. Okay. You've got some weapons. Any chance you've got? Nope. Hey, you didn't really have anything. Any books I can sell? Yeah, let's sell these. Excellent. Have any more? Oh, yeah, I can sell that bowl. Alright, I've got my inventory all cleared out.
Keep your eyes to the road. The fairest prices and the highest quality in Skyrim.
I think this is a good place to do a save and a quit and leave the stream. And thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day. I got a little ahead of myself.